Hello and welcome to Jacko. In this video we're going to look at probability trees. But firstly, shout out to Carrot who requested this video by commenting on a video. Right, straight into it. So, probability trees are great if you know how to use them. Sometimes in an exam you're given them and you just have to label it. However, in this one we're not, it's words, okay? So, Hannah's going to play one game of chess and one game of backgammon, so two separate events, okay? So we've got chess and then backgammon. Two completely separate events that are not happening at the same time, okay? The probability she'll win a game of chess is 0.6, so it's where you draw two things like this and two things for backgammon on both sides like this. Probability that she'll win, so this can be our win branch, is 0.6. Probability that she'll win a game of backgammon is 0.7, so that'll be a win there, and that'll be 0.7. So, important thing on this is that the understanding these two branches add up to 1. Yeah, probabilities add up to 1. So if that's 0.6, that means this one down here must be 0.4, because 0.6 plus 0.4 is 1. If that's 0.7, that must mean that's 0.3, and this is loss, by the way. That's also 0.7, it's the same as above, and that's 0.3. And now, once you've done this, you're just answering the question. So, draw a probability tree to represent this information. We have done that one. And then we are working out the probability that Hannah will win both games. So you do this, you follow along, win and win. And then because you are going across, you are multiplying them together. Because when you're winning both games, the probability of that happening is actually reducing, which is why you multiply them. So we then are going to do 0.6 multiplied by 0.7, which is 0.42. And that is it on that one. Okay, I do have a video on multiplying decimals if you want me to go through this in more detail, but that's on a different video. Right then, so next one. This one's going to involve fractions, but the process is the same. Okay, so bag A, and we have bag B. So 5 red counters and 3 blue counters in bag A. So bag A, let's do our branches here, and then do 2 more for bag B, like this. And then we can label it already. So because I've got colours here, I'll put this one as red, and that one can be red, that branch there. That must mean that one's red as well. And I'll put blue, blue, and blue. And now, so there are 5 red counters, 3 blue counters in bag A. So that must mean there's 8 counters altogether. So then we're going to use fractions this time. So then there's 5 reds, that'll be 5 out of 8, and 3 out of 8. And then in bag B, there's 4 red counters out of a possible 9 this time. And that must be 4 over 9 there. So that must be 5 over 9 here. And then 5 over 9 here. So there we are, we've drawn a probability tree to represent the information. And now, work out the probability that Tina takes 2 blue counters. So we're going to go blue, blue. So we are following this path down. So then we are doing 3 8s multiplied by 5 9s. And that'll be 15 over 72. And that is it. And that can be simplified. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 72 divided by 3 is 24. And that is it. That is probability trees with worded questions where you have to make the trees yourself. Thanks again to Carrot for the shout out on probability trees. Take care, and I'll see you next time.